Into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
You almost have to have a rhythm to it.
But
What? We're learning a lot about each other.
Your bucket is filled with attention.
Yeah.
My bucket is filled with conflict.
both of you are insane animals. Like, I would never want as much attention as you thrive on, and I would never want as much confrontation because confrontation makes me sweat. My hands are sweating thinking about it. I can't. You guys are weird.
That's the lifeblood. Like, what are we living for if we're not out here to have a conversation?
Not out here trying to prove others wrong.
But also, I don't take it personal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Random person I've never heard of, but I like what they have to say. Michael Rodney. I don't know who that is. Sean Clifford has struggled since May. He's opened the door for rookie 7th-round pick Michael Pratt to win the backup job. Pratt was a better college player and a better pro prospect, which just likes to reiterate my point. Clifford, the big, bad, dumb Packers quarterback, bad at football. I am Jim. He is Matt. No Molly here. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light. Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Can we add that to the list that Sean Clifford sucks at football? To our what are we rules for? What are we calling it?
We got to rewrite the rules. I want to start over with the new show, and we need Molly to name it officially. I like the rules of humanity or something like that. Little cards of humanity throw up, but. We can, again, I think we got to workshop it with Molly. And no, I'm not doing that. Sean Clifford is a treasure.
Do you think he makes the team?
He might not be good at football, but that's okay. He might be a swell guy.
Does Sean Clifford make the football team this year? Because they're not going to carry 3 QBs. I mean, I guess they can put him on, active
squad?
roster. Nobody's picking him up.
2.
You can put him on the practice squad. Nobody's picking up a 38-year-old quarterback off the practice squad. So.
A 38-year-old, 24-year-old, you mean?
He's 24. How old is Jordan Love?
I think he's actually 25. I'm pretty sure he's older than Jordan Love.
I think you're right.
No, I don't think anyone else would pick him up, most likely. I think he would be that third practice squad quarterback who you could be elevated.
He's 26.
Oh, my gosh.
Stick a fork in him, he's done. What's even the point? Why is he even football alive? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is a little ridiculous, but I like him.
But to be positive,
I like him.
Why?
The name's fun.
The Pratt guy is better. Like, he's actually, that's a good pick by
I mean, I'd rather
rounder.
take the better quarterback, but I hope he gets to stay in the practice squad.
Just for, vibes?
Yeah. Every good team has a vibes guy.
Like he raises your GPA kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I'm sure it's, I mean, it just bothers me so much because he was horrible at Penn State. And I don't understand, because here's the thing, if Sean Clifford's got a job, then, why isn't, why don't, former Badger quarterbacks have a job? Why isn't Joel Stavia in the league? Joel Stavia might be younger than Sean Clifford.
Because Joel Stavia is a coach right now.
Yeah, but, he should be in the league. If Sean Clifford's in the league, Joel Stavia should be in the league. Joel Stavia's better than Sean Clifford. He had a better college career than Sean Clifford.
The Packers also have Sean Mannion as a backup, not backup quarterback, but a quarterback coach. I mean, maybe he can just be the third quarterback.
They signed someone. They
signed Jacob Eason. They brought him back. I think in all likelihood, if they were hierarchy at this point, it's so clearly Jordan Love number 1. It'll probably be Michael Pratt.
You sure on that one? Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, he's not there, man. I'm just saying.
Well, he's not there, but when he is there, let's say when he is there, what do you think is the hierarchy? Run it down. What's the hierarchy?
When Jordan Love is playing football.
Yeah, when he is playing football.
Jacob Eason.
Jacob Eason, number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was
clearly.
James Easton.
Yeah, that's Molly. You have to ask Molly on that one.
That's Molly's lineman friend.
Then the big red dog, the big bad quarterback.
Is number 2?
Yeah. Then Love.
Pratt
3, Love practice squad.
Yeah.
Just leave him on the practice squad for a little bit. Yeah.
That's why the whole then has become so contentious at this point. They're moving him down every day.
You don't hear a lot about a lot of injuries in the practice squad, Just keep Jordan Love safe.
They are going to have to do something right. And I knew you were looking at this earlier. They do have to do something with him at some point, I believe, as far as with Jordan Love, as far as he can't just be hanging out at practice. At some point, they have to give him a designation, whether it's PUP, like make up an injury for him or something, because you can't just hang out forever.
So you can't just be a vibes guy.
You can't.
It's really up to the team whether or not they want to let that happen.
I think by the time like the season, like when they start hitting training camp or like preseason, then it get a little bit weird.
If this makes it all the way to the preseason, I am gonna be upset.
All right, there we go.
But I don't know with who.
Let's start with that.
Okay.
Not who you're going to be upset with, but where is your line of demarcation? Of basically you're upset. What is it the preseason game 1? 844-770-3776. Where is your line of demarcation where you say, this is it. This is my Mason-Dixon line. You can't cross it. Where is the line where you say, I am now, what was the word you used?
Upset.
What is the point that you will get upset with this Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers holding? 844-770-3776. What are we thinking for options here? Is it padded practices?
Practices start on Friday.
That's the first padded practice. I think we should put that as an option. That's a marker. I'm trying to think of a marker. And then
I'm not going to put it. If you didn't sign on Monday, I don't think it's going to be this week. Just doesn't feel like it.
Okay, but I'm just saying, so you don't have to say it, but I want to give that as an option. I think the other option would be preseason game 1.
Or
August
you
10th.
can do family night.
August 3rd.
Because the first
Family night, okay.
Hall of Fame games is the
All right.
first.
I don't want to have more than 3, so let's go family night, first preseason game, start of the regular season.
Start of the regular. If it gets to that point, I think everyone's pretty upset.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know if you get upset before then.
I think everyone's preseason. If it lingers into the preseason, like Matt said, that's when everyone's like, okay, what's going
so
on?
I think you could do like
first
by next Monday.
First padded practice, family night, first preseason game.
Yeah, because I think the
Perfect.
idea of it happening this week is still a possibility. It doesn't seem likely at this point, but it could still happen.
Diana Rossini from The Athletic said weeks, which is weird to me. It's like they're optimistic, but they're weeks away. How does that jive? I'm not saying she's wrong. I just don't understand how are you weeks away, but yet you're optimistic.
Right.
So they just, yes, Jordan Love will sign and he will play, and I guarantee he'll be like in uniform week 1. But how do you those two things jive? Like weeks away, yet we're optimistic?
It's called hedging. That way, if it happens tomorrow, you're like, yeah, see, they're optimistic. And if it happens in 2 weeks, you're like, I told you, you're weeks away. It's called hedging.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw Rossini under the bus here or anything.
You just did, but yeah.
I definitely did. I didn't.
I think her source is hedging.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I think their source is trying to put a positive spin on it because she's not going to make it up. So I think whoever's telling her this has been like, hey, I think there could be up to weeks away, but they're optimistic it's going to get done. So I think it's more the optimistic point of it'll get done before the first preseason game. When is the first preseason game?
August 10th against the Browns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is not that far away.
Like 2 weeks.
Weeks in August 10th. To me, August 10th is the date where, like, all right, this is a problem.
When did you say family night was the 3rd?
It's the 3rd, exactly 1 week before then.
Ay. Man, I think I'm nervous about the situation at first padded practice, which is this Friday, right?
Yes.
And then I'm upset with it at family night, and if it makes it to the first preseason games, I am like out of my mind. I don't know. I don't even know what to think.
You're pining for Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Aaron Rodgers never missed never missed a regular season game or preseason.
No,
did he miss
you're
preseason
right.
for
and
contract
I don't think
stuff?
Jordan Love will either, but man.
Are you asking if he sat out preseason games?
Like maybe we should do like an Aaron Rodgers.
Like, he was
scale.
never
As
doing,
this
like,
goes
a full
along.
out.
At what point does Jordan Love start to inch into the Aaron Rodgers pendulum of like a problem?
I think the difference is that Aaron Rodgers would miss a preseason game because he's in Egypt, not because he's on a contract negotiation.
But like that's projection. Did Aaron Rodgers miss a preseason game for anything besides
he
football
never
reasons?
held out of preseason games, no.
He was there. He just didn't play.
He just didn't
Yeah,
play.
but that was like
Yeah.
coaching staff too,
yeah,
like everyone.
for sure.
yeah, but a lot
Like
of it was
Jordan Love probably wouldn't play the first.
Who plays
preseason
more this?
game.
This should be our secondary question. Maybe at Jim, Matt, and Molly. Who plays more this preseason? Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers? Who participates more in the preseason? Okay, Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love? Right? in God's on, this is a real question. Is it 3-4 years ago? When was the last time the Packers did not have off-season quarterback drama? Last year it was trading Aaron Rodgers from the whole darkness retreat, the whole thing.
Right, but that was
drama.
That was quashed in what, May?
That was off-season quarterback drama.
True, but it was done real early.
It was
nice.
You are bargaining. Like, that was off-season quarterback drama.
No, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, at least it didn't. Last season felt like.
So you're saying this season's worse because it's lingering into
last season? Yeah. This is worse than last season.
Ooh, maybe that's be our next question there. Is this off-season drama worse than last season's off-season drama?
We're closer to football. This is when the decisions actually matter. Last year, Rodgers was gone in what, like May? Early June?
I honestly cannot remember when he was. It feels like 100 million years ago now.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to remember Aaron Rodgers.
At some point, Ryan can look this up. Maybe I could.
Sadler from the Pat McAfee Show chimes in with first combined practice. That's not a bad option. The Adam of Madison says, Sean Clifford is so bad at football, I'm surprised the Bears didn't draft him in the first round. Kawhi him. Give me a Kawhi.
That's perfect.
There you go. And then Chris Manitowash Waters chimes in, come on, Jimbo. I think we all wish he could be 26 again. Yeah, but Sean Clifford gives off the vibes of just like a rando 26-year-old is hanging around practice.
Yeah, April 25th. So, like, you're right. But it was only 2 months, basically, after the Super Bowl that we were wondering what's Aaron Rodgers going to do. At least it was done. Last season was easier than this season.
Ooh. We might have to pocket that one for.
No, we should ask that. That's a good one.
Do we have our poll question posted, Brian?
I've been trying to, but you guys won't stop talking.
All right. So,
well, we're doing radio. We're not supposed to stop talking.
Well, you are supposed to give out one question for the producer to post without multiple being thrown at a time.
Everyone be quiet. Ryan's trying to post.
Well, I mean, do you want me to post these poll questions, or do you want to just keep talking over each other?
We'll talk over each other.
Okay, well, in that case, then go ahead.
Ryan, Matt, what was your choice then? I like it.
I mean, I don't hate it. Which offseason was
which offseason
seemed more dramatic? Last season or this season?
Dramatic or stressful?
Stressful. It's definitely last offseason.
You think so?
Oh my gosh, yes. That 2 weeks when is Aaron Rodgers like, even in the state of Wisconsin? Is he in Oregon? Is he in his darkness retreat? Come on, like this, it's not really.
Yeah,
close.
I know, but that was in April.
That was in April, but it was also April after 15 years of being with somebody, and then like 2.5 weeks of like separation.
I don't know if it's that
divorce.
big a slam dunk. I do think Rodgers wins that one, but like again, if this Rodgers holdout or Rodgers darkness retreat happened in June or July, 100% it is the biggest deal like happening in the NFL for sure. This is also the biggest thing happening in the NFL, and this is happening 2 weeks before the first preseason game.
True, but it's only been going on for 3 days. I feel like if it goes on until
technically since April 3rd or May 3rd.
He's been holding in for 3 days.
So
my point is that if this goes till next week, I think then it becomes a conversation. But until then.
But Matt's point is, and I get what he's saying, there was no real drama around the football side of things last year.
I think the idea of like Jordan Love coming into his first season too, and having Aaron Rodgers on Hard Knocks with the Jets and seeing all that during the preseason, I mean, all of that's part of it.
Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's why I'm asking this question.
I think like Jim said, I want to keep that pocketed until Monday, and then at that point we get a real gauge.
Okay, we'll pocket it till Monday because that's when I'm starting to get nervous. So when I'm nervous about Jordan Love is when we can start.
So we're gonna go back to the upset question.
Well, I was working on who's going to play more this preseason, Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
We just keep Rodgers up. If we're going to bring Rodgers up next Monday, let's just do that Monday too.
Put Aaron Rodgers' name in our mouth. What are we talking about with Aaron Rodgers? Because I'm not living if we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. So now you got me all worked up. Matt, you tell us about Revive Restoration, and we're going to revive the right question to bring Aaron Rodgers back to our airwaves.
Revive Restoration, they are the business to call if you have had an accident at your house or business. They are fast, efficient, and detail-oriented as they get your life back on track again, whether that's things like fire damage, smoke damage remediation. Maybe it's getting rid of mold or asbestos. Maybe it's just cleaning out that dryer vent of yours because you know you haven't done it since you moved into that house. Revive Restoration's got your back. You can go to revivepros.com, check out all the amazing services they have to offer. They've got a 24-hour hotline where if you've got like a burst pipe, they can make sure that your house won't be completely flooded. They can help get your life back on track. That's Revive Restorations and RevivePros.com.
This is Jim, Matt, and No Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Spit the bit?
I don't know.
That's a horse term.
Oh, okay.
What did you think it meant?
Talk to a pelican. I don't know.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Dog, I can't remember a game that was this good.
Yeah, you know what else would be great right now? Some food from the Great Dane.
I know, but we can't go right now.
Good news! The Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Stay in the game with the full menu delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Order today with DoorDash and Uber Eats or on thegreatdanepub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishop's Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishop's Bay Country Club, Coors Light, Zimbrick Honda, Sunday Paper, Clear Vision Pro Wash, and Bruner Realty. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Thursday off, mandatory day off after 3 of these ramping up practices, and I believe Friday is the first practice in pads. Whether or not they can get a deal done by then is unclear. If they don't, and they have to go add a quarterback to get them through, and then we start to get closer to family night, and if for some reason Jordan Love isn't out there for family night,
You know, I heard this song last night, Matt Hamilton. I sent this to the group. I saw the band Red Hot Horn Dogs. You'd love them.
Yeah.
What do you think they? What do you think their band was made of?
Like
horn players.
Oh,
like a trumpet,
like a ska band. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. The Red Hot. They were playing a free show at the Oregon Community Park.
Okay.
They did not play a song. They did a good job, but they did not play a song that was made after 1972.
Some people would say that there hasn't been any music made after 1972.
Now, I will say this. The audience also
did not know any songs made after 1972.
Yeah. Or they were like me with you. There were small children. You're like, I just got to do something.
Some people
get
just
them out of the house.
I'm willing to bet that these Red Hot Horn Dogs just know their audience. And
Madison's party band.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Next birthday party, Matt Hamilton. Have the Horn Dogs out there.
Play some Elvis for me. Remind me when I was a kid.
Cool.
Play me a little, I don't know, Buddy Holly.
This is Jim, Matt, and No Molly, presented by Coors Light. It's nothing specific to them, but I will point this out. We'll get back to the football stuff here. When I watch cover bands and stuff, my entire time is spent on, like, what do you do with the rest of your life? Like, this can't be your job.
Sell insurance.
But, like, so then, like, and the shows are fun, but then what cracks me up and gets me judgy is that, like, they have, like, practices and, like, they're meeting somewhere and they're, like, working this all out after a day of selling insurance. And, I'm having a little fun with it, but that's when I watch them, anything like, whether it's the Red Hot Horn Dogs or
any
whomever,
cover band,
I'm always like, this is wild. Like, when I run into you, it'd almost be weird, like, when you're a kid and you run into your, like, high school teacher in the wild, you're like, whoa, you're a person? I think I would be taken aback if I saw, like, the lead singer of whatever random cover band, like, out somewhere after you saw them the night before, like, managing the local grocery store or something.
I mean, again, I don't think anyone's doing cover bands to get rich, but they enjoy playing music, obviously, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
Yes, I know.
It's not so, like, yeah, you're right, Jim. Like, not every musician is a professional musician.
It's just like the whole time I just want to sit down with you afterwards, have a few beers, and tell me about the rest of your day. How did you get here?
I'm curious how many people who listen to you on the radio most days, and if they were to, like, see and hear you out in public, probably think that's weird. I just thought you lived in the radio and hated on the Packers all the time.
I don't know if this is a
you have a life. You're out at North and South getting barbecue, and I just don't see Jim Rutledge doing that.
And I like that, and I get what you're saying.
You're just as much of an enigma as the Red Hot Horn Dogs.
Is it a compliment when people see me? They're like, "This is not what I thought you looked like." I don't know if they thought I was going to look worse.
No, they definitely do. Like it's you have that, like, I don't want to say anti-Packer because you're not anti-Packer. You're just very blunt, basically, with it. So I think people just want to. You don't look evil enough.
Yeah.
I think they just want to cast you a villain, a little bit, and you just, you don't have the horns. You don't have
horn dogs. I'll tell you that.
You probably need a goatee to look a little more evil than just the beard. Like, you just don't have the full
a little more
evil
sunburn.
vibe.
You're just giving me full devil look here.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers here on the headline. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets begin practice at training camp. So Aaron Rodgers is ahead of Jordan Love. Our first poll question. Aaron Rodgers, who is he 40 yet? Suffered a torn Achilles on the fourth snap of the 2023 season. He shares a birthday with my daughter, so I always know his birthday is December 2nd. I love everything about her except that. She shares a birthday.
It's her fault.
It's Aaron's fault. It's Aaron's fault for that one. He needs to move his birthday. Aaron, what are birthdays anyways? They're just a weird social construct. Just change your birthday.
Probably
it's big government was telling you to keep your birthday December 2nd. You should pick a different day. That's my message to Aaron Rodgers.
I like it.
So anyways, the question we have at Jim, Matt, and Molly is who's going to play more this preseason, Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love? That's kind of including practices and everything like that. And then we also have another question. At what point are you going to be upset with this Jordan Love hold-in, and we have a couple options for you, and you can chime in on them. And that is first padded practice, which is Monday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday, sorry. First padded practice on Friday. You have family night.
Which is August
3rd.
3rd.
And then you have the first preseason game August 10th.
Yeah.
Correct. Or you're already upset.
Or you're already upset. Those are the options.
I like that.
It's not your fault.
Yesterday we asked the question, would the Packers have a winning record if Jordan Love sat out the season? 89% of you said no. Now, I am curious if they had if they had a real backup, not
like say they signed
chunk of-
Tannehill off the street. I think it'd be real close to 500.
I agree.
I think I would still probably go under. But I think, that's the thought exercise that I was hoping a little bit more for yesterday. Like if the Packers actually did get someone who was halfway competent.
Yeah. 844-770-3776. Who participates more? And Aaron Rodgers or Jordan
I do
Love.
think if we're just talking preseason games, I'd still might go Aaron Rodgers because he didn't play.
It's not games, it's practices too, though.
Right, but
Yeah.
if I'm just thinking games, I still think Rodgers just because Jordan Love, if he does get into some of these practices, they're not going to want to risk him. Rodgers, they definitely don't want to risk him, but the guy didn't play at all with that team last year. Like Jordan Love has more reps with the Green Bay Packers than Aaron Rodgers does with the New York Jets, and this is his second season on the team. And obviously, a lot of you are like, he tore his Achilles. It's like, yeah, I know, but that's kind of the point. Jordan Love can sit. He's more familiar with everything going on. Aaron Rodgers had 4 snaps and 22 seconds of Jet football, and now it's starting over. So I do think Aaron Rodgers might actually play more preseason games than Jordan Love.
Chris Minutes, which Waters chimes in. They're living in their parents' basement. Jim, talking about the cover band guys. Where do you think they practice? That's fair. I mean, it's not very nice.
Everyone knows the best acoustics are in your parents' basement. That's where you practice. That's where my band in 8th grade practiced.
How was your band? Did you perform anywhere? What was the band name?
I don't even think we got that far. We kind of had a song with no lyrics. So, didn't make it very far. It was a fun 2 weeks of being in a band.
Prime, what are you laying on some of this stuff here?
What stuff?
I don't know. Our poll questions? We're doing a radio show?
Well, I'm trying to post the poll questions and make sure they're all out there. I don't know what bands you guys are talking about. I don't really care about the horn band, Jim. I got to be honest.
The Red Hot Horn Dogs?
You don't care about the Red Hot Horn Dogs?
I could care less.
Ryan.
That's just mean.
It is. I'm trying to be mean.
What do you have against the Horn Dogs?
I don't think they're very good, and I don't think they're my cup of tea.
They're Madison's party band.
Fine.
I feel really bad. I didn't mean to dunk on the Horn Dogs. They were good.
I don't think you're dunking on them. It's Ryan that's dunking on them.
Correct.
For what they were fine. For a
I
band
love cover bands.
that
I'm
is
here
going
for
to
a
be
cover band.
performing at the Oregon, they were the hot ticket. People were excited about it. The park was full.
I believe it.
And they put
It's
out a
'cause
lot of
cover bands
songs that we
are
knew.
Awesome.
Hot, hot, hot. It's my favorite part is how you have your bad radio setups.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they transition every song.
Oh,
so they'd be like,
perfect.
man, it's hot up here. And then some guy would be like, hot, hot, hot. And then
Feeling hot, hot, hot. I like that. I like that.
oh, God. There was some...
That's called stage presence, Jim. I just don't understand why Ryan, first of all, is just a hater. And then you are literally calling out their stage presence is something that's bad. That sounds right on
But
my
the other
alley.
one was about the lady was like, man, I'm hungry. I could have some candy. What song was she going to?
I want candy.
Yeah, of course.
Golly, that's so good.
Now, I will give... They did go to the crowd, throw out candy. So, again,
Okay.
very much appreciated all the candy. I didn't know they were going to do that. I already bought my kids ice cream from the ice cream truck that was there.
Nice.
But that's
Doubled
all right.
up.
Yeah, that's right. So
Now I no longer think they're a bad band. Now I'm excited. Now I want to go
you
to a
could go to their
performance.
site and find. You could get them for your birthday.
For my birthday. My birthday is coming up.
Oh, really? When is that?
August 7th.
Oh, hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
If Jordan Love hasn't signed his extension by my birthday, that's when I get upset.
Should we see if we can hire them to perform in studio
We
How
have our
big was this
very own
band?
tiny desk.
for the stream?
It looked like there was 9
Wait,
of them.
there's 9 of them.
It looked like a lot. Yeah.
It was all probably former band members. That's my guess.
This might be tough to pull off. There's something tells me this is going to go poorly.
Like, I feel like during commercial breaks, like a live stream, just one day.
Oh, just during the breaks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just keep it live on YouTube and stuff.
Hot.
Is that the only song they're gonna play?
Candy, Hunk of Burning Love. What else did they play?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ask him to learn Like a Rock? Because you were really into that song yesterday.
I
like
wish.
spoken word version of it.
I did give him a tip. I did throw some cash in it, but I didn't make a request.
Okay.
Gosh, what I was like literally every. It's not like that's why I figured they're former UW band. Whatever song that like the band plays, it's like we're gonna play a modern song, and it's a song from like 1962. That's all the songs they sang. Like so whatever that sweet spot is that like a high school band / college band plays is like their modern hits,
right?
And they're from forever ago.
Blister in the Sun.
Yes, that's what they're playing. That's what they're playing.
That's the one that my school really liked to play.
The girls were like, "Are they gonna play Taylor Swift?" I said, "Absolutely not. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
They're not gonna know it." I don't think they take requests. I think they're very. I mean, they're older people. I think they got a very set list.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a request and
bits.
Taylor Swift, probably no.
Yeah,
Anagata Davida, maybe.
Yeah, you got Candy. You had to give like they had bits. The Candy. They had a whistle for hot. I don't know why, but he blew a whistle during it. So like they had a whole thing.
Cover bands are awesome.
I'm not saying they're not.
I don't like live music that much. I'd be more inclined to go to a cover band.
That's right. Matt
I'd
Hamilton's,
be more inclined to go to a cover band though.
One of Matt Hamilton's horrible takes. He does not like live music. Ryan, were you around for that take?
I've heard the take before. I wasn't the producer of the show at the time. I thought Jim was the one who didn't like live music.
I like live music. I'll see a lot of bands live.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'll go to a couple concerts a year. I think I'm going to go to 2 or 3 this like late summer, early fall. One at Breeze, going to one in Minnesota. But it's not my favorite because I like fall in love with the album and the song on the album, and then when it doesn't sound the same, right? Because you're in an outdoor theater, it's not like literally right in your headphones. It just isn't the same. So, do I dislike the experience? No, the experience is fine. I love standing shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of other sweaty people watching people play music.
See, that makes me think you don't like the experience.
So weird.
Matt, you know there are concerts that are indoors.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
I've been to some indoor ones. I've been
But
to
you're
some
just saying
outdoor ones.
outdoors you don't
Are you
like.
telling me that the indoor concerts are all nicely cooled and chilled with AC? I've been to some indoor ones. They're just as hot, especially if you're standing in the front.
Well, if you're in a large concert venue, like if you're at Pfizer Forum and a band is playing, there's going to be a lot of people in there, but they would have
you might have a
air
little bit
controlled.
more space. Yeah. I was at First Avenue last year at one of the very few indoor concerts I've been to, and it was very warm.
First Avenue, is that a large venue?
About the size of the Sylvie.
Okay.
I'd say Sylvie-esque.
Sylvie-esque.
Yeah. It's the theater that Prince built. Is what they say.
Bare hands.
It's
That is neat.
It's a very historic theater, Ryan. So
That's why Matt liked it. It's very bougie.
I mean, I was very excited to go to that theater for that reason, but yeah, I'm just not a super big live music guy. But I'm not going. Like again, I do enjoy the vibes a little bit, but I'd still, if I'm not going for the music. I'm going to hang out with friends and have the music be playing. If I wanted to listen to the music from the band, I'm just going to turn it on Spotify or pop it on a vinyl if I have them on vinyl.
I was waiting for it. It had to be a vinyl. I knew the vinyl was coming.
That's the best way to listen to music, like hands down.
I've gotten into vinyl a little bit. I'm trying to slow play it so I don't end up with like too many records and not listening to the
and
one
you don't want to be labeled a hipster.
I don't even mind that as long as but I want to come about it organically. So now I'll pop into some record stores or used bookstores that might have some records in there, and I have 2 records, and so now but I want to make sure I'm listening to those first. So it's more of like jumping into it, having 10, and it's like I'm only listening. I want to make sure I get a good listen out of the ones I have, and then I'll add some more to the collection there.
All right, that's fair.
844-770-3776. Do you listen to records? Ryan, do you listen to records?
All the time, for sure.
What's your favorite record?
I got one in the production room. Yeah, I got a whole record player.
There is no way I could give Ryan a record.
What happened to Ryan today? He's very
angry.
ornery. Yeah.
Well, because you're asking me rhetorical questions, and I don't get why.
That's not a rhetorical question.
Do you really think any human being in this office outside of Matt Hamilton listens to records?
I just said I do.
I bet.
You do. All right.
I don't think
the 2
G
people in that
does,
studio.
but G looks like he might.
But you just said you don't think he does.
I haven't asked, but he's
All right,
crunching.
844-770-3776. Do you listen to records? 844-770-3776. Do you listen to records? We do have a poll question up. We'll get back to that on the other side. We have some text coming in on that. When will you be upset with Jordan Love? Is it the first pad of practice? Is it the Family night is it the first
Did we word
preseason
it
game?
upset with Jordan Love?
Or no, upset, sorry.
Oh, just upset. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And then the other part would be the first preseason game. We're also asking you who will play more this preseason, Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love. J&K Security Solutions loves to protect your home and business. Make sure to reach out to Jeff at J&K Security Solutions, a family-owned, family-run local business, and they are invested in making sure your home and business are safe. So whether it's commercial fire protection, commercial security, or security for your home or Control 4 to help you control the most important things in your life from anywhere in the world, J&K Security Solutions are your answer. This is Jim, Matt, and No Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Ryan is absolutely right. I am savage.
We're learning a lot about each other. This is good to know. This is good stuff to know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like the Keg in DeForest, Cahoots, Pitcher's Pub, and Baldwin Street Grill.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
With me is Jennifer Wilger, Purchasing Manager with Baker Manufacturing. For years, they've had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems.
We never run out of supplies, and they're very quick to respond to service calls. And the service technician always makes sure that we are fully taken care of each time that they're here.
So the benefit of doing business with James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology company?
So that allows us to focus on our jobs instead of things that take us away from our jobs.
And that has additional benefits.
It helps keep us efficient and productive, and we can keep our minds on what's really important, and that's taking care of our customers.
Jennifer, is Baker Manufacturing happy with James Imaging Systems?
As long as I've been here, we've been extremely happy with them.
Not so happy with your document imaging company? Switch to James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Hey, shady baby, I'm hot, like the prodigal son.
I guess I would say family night. If we get to family night on whatever that is. If we get to August 3rd and he's still not signed, and it's Sean Clifford, Michael Pratt and Jacob Fromm, or that Ethan character that they had in the off-season program, then there's reason to say, okay, maybe we should start worrying and getting a little irritated.
Robin Madison's first record was the Georgia Satellites.
I don't know if I know that.
You didn't know that was his first one? Or you don't know?
I don't know the band either. I also didn't know it was his first record, so yeah.
Guys, brush up on your Rob trivia there. That's what I thought. Don't give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably the one that everyone would know the most. We are chiming in. And, yeah, share what record it was. You know what? Do you play records?
Part of the reason we're into this is because I'm wearing my super cool Led Zeppelin shirt, right?
Yeah, super cool Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. Ornery, Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. I think he's just mad that Molly's not here. Well, she's back tomorrow. Mom is back tomorrow, Ryan.
It's okay, Ryan.
He's just stuck with dads who are hanging trash over the chair, and that's how they're no dishes, only paper plates. No structure. It's just not quite as tight of a show, and Ryan's not responding well to it.
Some of those good ideas he had earlier, we just totally glossed over because
we're just doing our own thing.
ADD's tough.
I have no issue with you guys glossing over the stuff I bring up. I'm fine with it, actually. My point is that I wish you guys would have one thing to ask me to do instead of trying to ask for 5 in the span of 5 minutes.
Where's the fun in that?
There's the equal distribution of work and responsibilities. I think that's
socialist.
So Ryan,
yes, I actually am.
What was your over/under for people in this office, including me, that listen to vinyl?
Including you. So there's, today in the office or
right
total?
now, this moment.
This moment. Well, Greg Scalzo was here. Alex G already says that he listens to vinyl. I know
but
that
you said
Matt
I was the
Hamilton
only one, but I'm just saying there's 3 in there.
Well, okay, I just listed the 3.
Laney as well.
And Laney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Share from our friend Carly. Laney is part of our support team here, so is Carly. Yep. So
and Carly has a record at home, but it's purely decorative. I asked her, I was like, so what album is it? She's like, I have no idea.
So if we had set the over-under at 3.5, it would be right at 3.5?
Yeah, we would have hit. We would have split.
Has a record, no record player. It is.
No idea what's on the record. It could be any vinyl.
It could be like Barney.
Elvis's greatest Christmas hits.
Right. It could be like $1 million vinyl for all we know.
I have a movie poster, but no TV in my apartment. Love Star Wars. Never seen it.
Totally paused and was like, I believe what he says to me. Like
Ryan's just saying facts about himself.
Yeah, and honestly, Ryan keeps this aura of mystery around him. I have no idea whether I believe it's real or not.
That's just not true.
No TV.
You guys invent stuff about it.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what.
There's no mystery.
If I went to someone's house and they didn't have a television, I would turn around immediately because something's off.
Ryan, ESPN Madison's Man of Mystery.
Yes.
Man of made-up mysteries? Yes.
You're a Prairie Ridge hunter, right?
Prairie Ridge.
What was it?
Prairie Creek.
Prairie Creek hunter. Got the Prairie Creek.
Yeah, come on. Prairie Creek. It's a prairie and a creek.
Jim, Matt, No Molly, presented by Coors Light. So we are asking you, do you have vinyl at your house, and what was your first vinyl? We're also asking you, when are you going to be upset with this whole situation with Jordan Love? Will it be the first padded practice on Friday? Will it be family night on August 3rd? Will it be the first preseason game August 10th if it reaches that far? Are you upset already? Brandon in Tulsa chimes in. I'm already upset at Green Bay. They have had Love for 5 years now. They said he wasn't worth the fifth-year option last year. He is showing them his elite talent. He's either your guy or not. So pay the man because the price is only going up every year. Clearly the Packers don't believe he's at elite yet. Because if they truly believe that he was elite and he was going to be elite going forward, we're not fussing over the dollars here.
Yes and no. If Jordan Love, and again, we don't know anything, so this is purely speculation on my part, but if Jordan Love said he wants his average yearly to start with a 6, even if the Packers think he's elite, they got to think, are we going to go $5 million over the highest paid quarterback currently to pay this guy? So, there could be, if Jordan Love was cool with 55.5 just to be the guy, I don't think the Packers are pushing this. I think there's a little bit of Love reaching, and I think the Packers are trying to, get a better deal than exactly what Jordan Love wants. Right?
844-770-3776. That is our first poll question up there. And right now, the results have it at the preseason game at 35% is the breaking point for Packer fans. That's when they'll get upset. Otherwise, family night at 25%. But look, it's very close. 18% said they're already upset. And 20% say it'll be on Friday at first pad at practice. To me, that's like when it's really, that's when training camp's starting.
Yeah.
Your pads are popping.
Like right now, it's walkthroughs.
And then Christian and his Residium chimed in. I don't get upset until the season is over.
What?
Just in general, I guess.
Preseason is over?
So
like maybe at the start of the regular season?
Maybe that's Sean Clifford's burner. Like maybe he's texting in. Residium? What is a residium?
I don't know. Jordan, I mean, we have right
Sounds
here.
radioactive.
ESPN.
Sounds like a radioactive element.
A secret one is his @ so I should have done that one. Adam Schefter here on NFL Live with ESPN with Laura Rutledge, no relation. And look, Jordan Love's contract this year is $10.5 million. He deserves a raise. He deserves to get paid. And unless this number is insane, I'm not exactly sure what the Packers are doing, to be honest. I'm blaming this 100% on the Packers. I don't get it. David Deerfield chimes in. First vinyl, Burl Ives, of course. Of course. I mean, Burl, legend, slaps.
Yeah. Trying to think of the
What's
first
your
album
favorite Burl Ives song? 844-770-3776.
I'm trying to think of the first vinyl that I purchased. Because I know that, like, the first ones I got like 6 from my dad. We found them in the basement. And one of them was Fleetwood Mac Rumors, so pretty top-tier album.
That is,
pretty top-tier album.
That's got to be one of the best albums of all time.
I had that one. I got Grand Funk Railroad with the silver dollar sleeve, which was really neat, and then a Richard Pryor comedy album.
Ooh, wow!
Were 3 of the 6 that I found originally.
That is
a pretty good start for my vinyl collection. Now I have probably close to 150.
Good for you.
Yeah.
If I was going to get a vinyl, it would be a comedy album. Like getting Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, something from back in the day.
It's a pretty good one. And I think a little bit later when I got my uncle's collection, because he got rid of his record player, forgot he had his vinyl. He was moving to another state. I got his collection, and it had.
What does moving to another state have to do with vinyl?
Well, he didn't want to bring his. He didn't want to buy a record player. He was over vinyl, so like when he was clearing out the house, he's like, "I'm tossing these."
Gotcha.
It was a George Carlin album. So
nice.
I have 2 very good comedy albums. If you want to buy them, if you ever get, or not buy them, borrow them if you ever get a record player.
That's the other funny thing is when you would just loan out albums to friends.
Right.
Like that's a thing.
Yeah, because honestly,
like loaning out my music
the most
to people.
bummed part I am about this whole thing is every album has Hamilton written on it because of my uncles and dad would share albums with buddies. So they're all, none of them are pristine. They're all written on.
You still have them though.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
We have Jason chiming in. I will be mad at family night because I'm going to family night.
Fair.
Burl Ives, you know 2 of his songs. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay, banger.
And A Holly Jolly Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, and you probably know A Silver and Gold, which is from one of those other claymation ones. Yeah.
Well, that's from Rudolph as well.
Is that from Rudolph? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Abominable Snowman. Bumbles Bounce.
Buddy-getta.
So now we know Burl Ives. The name sounded familiar. I just didn't.
I didn't know it was like the guy who wrote the soundtrack for Rudolph.
Yeah. That's one of those things, Rudolph, it's been around for what seems like, if you watch it, 300 years. Like when you see it.
Be just like,
but it's like everyone's childhood.
Yeah.
Like I'm 10 years older than you, and I watched it when I was a kid, and it was old when I watched it as a kid. 844-770-3776. Daniel Landscaper chimes in. I do believe Love deserves to get paid, but not yet. Play out the contract, prove yourself, and get more. He's kind of acting a little like an entitled baby who hasn't done enough.
Okay, so I do want to explore that a little bit. A good chunk of me is like, yeah, I agree. You signed a contract this year, play it out. That said, if he has any injury throughout the season that is like Aaron Rodgers is from last year, an Achilles tear, or maybe something like Teddy Bridgewater's where a couple years back, like he's not going to get anywhere close to what he could be getting now. You got to hedge on your health right now a little bit. Next season's not guaranteed. So like I understand as a Packer fan, like, yeah, just go out and play. You're still under contract. Why are you not practicing. Like, I understand that frustration, but you got to think the Packers are not going to give you a good deal because you went out and played with them. Now, if you go out and play 16 games next season and in the 17th game you tear your ACL, you think he can go out and ask for anywhere close to what he's got right now? I don't think he's getting top quarterback money with a torn ACL. So
that guaranteed money would take a big hit.
Yeah, so he's got to do his. He's got to get his money now. It's very common for contracts to get renegotiated a year or two before the current contract expires. This is not abnormal practice. What's abnormal is the fact that they've had a very long time to get this deal done and still haven't found a good meeting point. But that doesn't. It's not Aaron Rodgers, even though it does feel like a little Aaron Rodgers-y. It's not Jordan Love's fault in any shape or form. The guy could get hurt doing anything at any moment, and all of a sudden, all that value he's accrued as a player and having that heater at the end of last season is kaput. So he's got to go for it.
It is time to play Minute to Win It on the other side. Matt, get out of here.
All right, bye.
Matt's got to go solo today.
Thank you.
And Ryan, you sent me two options. So since you sent them to me, which one would you prefer to do?
I leave it up to you, Jim. This is your thing now?
The long. What is it? The most successful since the champ. What's the one you sent me about championships?
Teams with the most wins in college football without a national championship.
Yes. So we're going to go with the top 10 teams that are most successful in college football who have not won a national championship. And I'll just tell you now, since Matt, number one is sad, or at least it makes me sad.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big giveaway.
Yeah, but all right. So
we have to have an over/under though for Matt.
What's the over/under?
I mean, you saw the list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many do you think Matt knows?
Man, 5.5.
No,
you think
not even close.
3.5.
2.5.
2.5.
I think it's 2.5.
All right, we'll go 2.5. Over/under 2.5 of teams with the most amount of wins without a national championship in college football. And then what callers are we doing?
Let's go caller number 3, caller number 8.
Caller number 3 and caller number 8, 844-770-3776. You will be entered to win at least a $25 gift card to North South Seafood and Smokehouse. And if you pick the right over-under, you'll get a $50 gift card to North South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official seafood and smokehouse of Badger Volleyball here on ESPN Madison and of the Jim, Matt, and Molly show. Again, caller number 3, caller number 8, 844-770-3776. Again, we are asking Matt Hamilton on the other side over under 2.5 as far as the teams with the most wins without a national championship in college football. This is Jim, Matt, and No Molly, presented by Coors Light.
ESPN Madison loves Molly Brown.
Spit the bit?
I don't know.
That's a horse term.
Oh, okay. There's some things that I'm learning. I don't know if I'm allowed to say on the air.
Jim, Matt, and Molly. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC.
The competition will be fierce for this Big Ten football season with new teams entering the conference. Badger safety Hunter Wohler caught up with ESPN Madison at Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis and said he's looking forward to the challenge.
Being able to play teams like that have been historically that good, you always look forward to that. That's what playing college football is all about. Love the competition, and you want to play against the best. And it's a great chance to prove yourself and for the team to prove themselves on a big stage.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and pay as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Ever since the beginning in 1961, Stoughton Trailers has played a part in helping their local communities of Stoughton, Evansville, and Broadhead hit a home run off the field. At Stoughton Trailers, it's not just about the products, but how their team can make a difference in their communities. Proudly supporting local blood drives, United Way, participating in Sit and Demai in Stoughton, and sponsoring our local youth and high school sports. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
Play where the Badgers play and enjoy a round at University Ridge Golf Course, the official course of the University of Wisconsin and host of the annual AmFam Championship. It's easy to see why University Ridge is consistently rated among the best public courses in Wisconsin. Whether it's a tournament, a corporate event, or just a golf outing with family and friends, University Ridge will make sure that you have an enjoyable golf experience from start to finish. Book your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Get your team ready and spend your fall evenings with MSCR on the volleyball court. Jesse Nelson here. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Fall Volleyball Leagues is now open. Men's, women's, and all gender leagues are forming now for play beginning in early September at locations around Madison. MSCR Adult Volleyball Leagues offer fun for every level of player and welcome all participants. For more information and to register today, go to mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything.
Jim, Matt, and no Molly. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We're going to get to Minute to Win It in a minute, but let me tell you about our good friends at North and South Seafood Smokehouse, who are now just one of our, they are a major sponsor, partner around Wisconsin Badger Volleyball. Why wouldn't they be? Badger Volleyball, obviously, arguably the most successful team in the state.
Maybe the hottest ticket in town?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the hottest and freshest and best food in town, whether that's DeForest, Madison, or Verona, is North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. And you can go there, have a great family experience. You can go there and have a opportunity to take the food home. You can have them cater. All those great options at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. I am a big fan of. I got the rib tips the last time I was there. Really, really good.
I'm a big fan of those catfish bites.
Catfish bites are great. The burnt ends there.
Come on. Everybody knows burnt ends are elite.
Yes.
Yeah, they're elite.
Yes. But the brisket, just their brisket is that my wife, no matter what, she always I want to try something different. And she's like, I can't not get the brisket. That's how good it is.
That's kind of the way it goes. You find something you enjoy and you can stick with it. The beauty of a seafood and smokehouse, North and South, is you're really not going to go wrong.
Right.
It's just a preference thing. Everything's going to be its best form of itself. It's do you like pork shoulder at its best form? Do you like brisket in its best form? Because you're getting it. Or do you want some of that delicious seafood?
Hey, I might be able to get you to come into the office a little bit early tomorrow. They're catering. We're having a little team meeting, and they're catering tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll make sure to leave some leftovers for you at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'll be any, but otherwise you can just be in. It's actually, I think it's coming around what time is it getting here?
It should be here around 12:30, I want to say. Our team meeting starts at 12:45.
So, when Matt shows up, there might be a chance. He's not going to show up. I mean, he loves North and South, not showing up at 12:30. But maybe get there a little bit. We are talking about Jim, Matt, and Molly, but I'll just do the talking for us there.
Yeah, perfect.
But, yes, we're very excited for the catering tomorrow. They do a fantastic job of catering. They've catered our tailgate before. They've catered plenty of things. They're catering the wedding of Dan Andrews from Sidman Chevy in Mount Horeb. So, look, there's plenty of great catering options from North South Seafood Smokehouse. Let's play Minute to Win It.
Will they beat the odds
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
All right, Matt, we have 2 callers. Ryan, can we give them this? Did they pick the over or under?
So the caller number 3, Luke in Middleton, has some belief in Matt Hamilton, as does his younger son, Declan. They took over on Matt Hamilton. We won't say exactly what the number is at.
Oh, boy. Don't let Declan down.
I'm not going to let Declan down.
If you let Declan down, come on. But then Eric in Green Bay was the other one who is hoping you go under 2.5 today.
See, that's the line?
Ryan.
I don't think it matters, Jim.
Oh,
I really
my God.
don't.
No, I love that it's that, but that really makes me nervous.
All right.
Well, Jim, what is today's list?
Most wins all time without a national championship in college football.
Okay.
Timer starts now.
Wisconsin.
Yep. I'll help you out there. Number 1.
Oh, really? Wow. I feel like Penn State's had to have done it. I'll just say Penn State.
They've definitely won a national championship.
Okay. That's okay. You had to throw one out. We know Michigan did. We know Ohio State did. Illinois?
They have a national championship there.
They do?
Yep.
I know Minnesota does, so I'm not going to blow that one. I got to go to other conferences. What's an old one?
You get one more wrong
I know.
answer.
Oh, I'm aware, Ryan. Thank you. Gosh. Harvard. They've had a football team forever, right?
I think they have a national championship.
No
yeah,
way.
they do. They're not on the list.
They definitely
but it's
won.
also most wins.
Wait, they do have one?
I don't know if they do, but it's most wins.
I'm just trying to think of old schools. They probably played football in like 1900.
But think about it, Matt. They probably won a national championship in 1900,
Yeah,
though.
but some didn't. Yeah. Is that? Am I done?
Yeah.
You're done. Yeah, that was 3 incorrect.
Is Yale?
Yale is not on the list
All right,
either.
I'll give you the list right now.
Yeah, give me this is a crazy list.
Number 1 on the list, most wins all time without a national championship. It would go with the Wisconsin Badgers. Want.
Probably like 150.
730.
You thought it was 150
No,
total wins?
I think it was our rivalry with the Gophers is what I was thinking about. I just know the Gophers won because I've looked that up before. Yeah,
Virginia Tech, number 2. West Virginia, number 3. Utah, number 4. North Carolina, number 5.
I almost said North Carolina. That was in my head, actually.
Missouri, number 6.
No, wouldn't have got it.
Purdue, number 7.
Okay.
The Oregon Ducks, number 8.
I was thinking Oregon for
Baylor
a minute, but I didn't think
Bears,
it was
number
one.
9. And NC State, number 10.
You know, I did have Oregon came into my brain, and I was like, no, I don't think they've been around long enough. That's so weird. It's such a weird stack because you got to think longevity of like a football program, like who's been around forever,
Yeah,
and then
you think
who didn't win even though they've been around forever.
It's more of the always the bridesmaid, never the bride type teams because those teams are good football teams.
You know what Jim initially sent you over under at?
I was off on this one.
He was 5.5.
Wow. Did you really think I'd get 5.5?
I honestly thought, yeah, because these are pretty, again, a lot of these teams are just good, not great.
I feel bad I didn't get Purdue because I was kind of trying to think through the Big Ten for a little bit.
Vatech, if you follow football, the only question would be,
Yes.
did they have one at some point? Because they're always in it. They had Michael Vick back in the day. They've had their moments of
And
a lot
I don't
of
know
wins.
why North Carolina popped into my head, but
Utah, again, another one that, no chance they have a
I was
title.
never
and
gonna
they've-
get Utah.
And they had Urban Meyer as their coach. They've had these runs
Alex
of
Smith.
Or like
yes.
NC State was never getting NC State.
That one I'd give, the Ducks.
The Ducks, again, that popped into my head,
Purdue.
and North Carolina and Purdue. Those are the ones I'm like, I maybe should have gotten Purdue with the Big Ten tie, and then North Carolina and Oregon both popped into my head while I was thinking of them, and I, for some reason, vetoed them.
Do you think this hurts Russell Wilson's legacy that he played for 2 of the schools on this list? And
Absolutely.
then he claims both of them?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just like, come on, man.
Did he have a shaved head last year? I just saw a photo of him or a video of him at Steelers camp, shaved head.
He's always had such short hair. I've never really noticed if it's
Well,
like
no, 'cause the
shaved or
photo of
buzzed.
him, he's got a little bit. He's got hair
Like a full Joe Burr? The
no,
Joe
it's got,
Childress?
but like it's a little bit like when I get my hair fresh cut is more like how his hair looks in his photo, like on ESPN.
He definitely. You're just asking about last year? Did he have a shaved head?
Yeah, I didn't know if this was a new thing, shaving his head.
When he
business
first
time.
came out, when he got drafted, he had a shaved head.
He was wearing his business socks because it's business time.
Business socks. What did Russell Wilson's business socks look like?
I don't know. Do you know that reference?
No.
Flight of the Conchords?
Yes. Do you know what Flight of the Conchords are?
Is that an old airline?
That's not an old thing though. Like that's like.
I mean, it's 2000, 2000 aughts, 2010s.
2010s. If it came out in 2010s, I should know it.
It's probably early 2010s is when Flight of the Conchords really.
Is it a movie that a 13-year-old boy would have enjoyed?
It's not a movie. It's a band.
Oh.
But they did like
Oh,
sketch comedy
wait.
as well. And then that Jermaine, I can't remember what his last name
Dupree?
is. Dupree?
No.
Jermaine
no.
Clement. He's
Clement.
been in a lot. He's
Well,
been in.
he was the shell thing
Yep.
in Moana.
On Shiny.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
love
song,
that song.
Shiny, that was him.
No, I am aware of what you guys are talking
Yeah,
about now.
Flight of the Conchords, worth a watch.
It's similar to, what was it, Andy Samberg's band?
Lonely Island?
Yeah.
Lonely Island. I'm on a boat.
Yeah, kind of like that, but a little more.
And the show is a little bit more like, and this is one you've never seen unless you're Mr. Show with Bob and David.
I am familiar with that.
So their show is similar to that. It was on HBO. Kind of goofy, kind of wild stuff there.
Yeah,
All right.
situational.
The more you know. This is Jim Matt No Molly, presented by Coors Light.
The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishops Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishops Bay Country Club, The Tasting Room, Incredible Bank, Celebrations Entertainment, Hush Blackwell, and Vortex Optics. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin's coverage of Big Ten Football Media Days in Indianapolis. Don't miss special editions of The Great Dane Huddle and Mr. Relevant with Alex Strofe on Wisconsin On Demand now, as well as airing on 100.5 ESPN last night, as well as the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And go listen back to those recordings over at Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. The Green Bay Packers, it's day 3 of training camp and day 3 of no Jordan Love participating. Will the Packers' future likely franchise quarterback be participating at all this offseason? Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news and notes from ESPN.com's Rob Demovsky as he breaks down all you need to know about training camp up in Lambeau. Also, stay tuned right here for the second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly. No Molly Brown today, but we're still talking about Jordan Love and whether or not he will show up to training camp this offseason. Now, the Milwaukee Brewers, they finally got it done, even though the Packers haven't been. They were able to win their final game of the season against the Chicago Cubs, winning 3-2 in today's rubber match against the division rivals. Brewers now sit at 5.5 games ahead of the Cardinals in the NL Central standings. They'll be back at it tomorrow. Second hour of Jim
Metro
Matt
Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
gonna
me get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
You almost have to have a rhythm to it.
But I gotta.
What? We're learning a lot about each other.
Your bucket is filled with attention.
Yeah.
My bucket is filled with conflict.
Both of you are insane animals. Like, I would never want as much attention as you thrive on, and I would never want as much confrontation because confrontation makes me sweat. My hands are sweating thinking about it. I can't. You guys are weird.
That's the lifeblood. Like, what are we living for if we're not out here having conversations?
Not out here trying to prove others wrong.
But also, I don't take it personal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Luke and Middleton. Dang, Matt. Declan was hoping for some Olympic magic. We thought you might surprise us.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I was hoping for you too. That is such an obscure, random category. How did you think of that?
I didn't actually think of it. It's just been circulating on social media this week. It came up on Monday, I want to say, and I thought of it today.
So like a little bit of what Matt missed mixed in with
sort of
minute to win it.
Yeah, you didn't really miss anything because it hasn't changed.
You said
in
it
a lot of years.
circulated though, and I missed that circulation cycle.
Yeah, because it would have. I mean, if you'd seen it, it would have caught your eye.
I just knew for sure the Badgers have been playing football forever and have never won a national championship.
Well, also, why the hell are we doing it on our show if it's not the Badgers on the list somewhere?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was also a little one, but I've actually Googled that. I knew that.
A little schadenfreude for yourself.
Yeah. I feel bad, especially I wouldn't have felt so bad if he didn't throw his kid into the loop.
Luke, yeah.
Come on. Leave Declan out of this.
Declan's not going to root for the Badgers anymore. He's depressed. He's not going to root for Matt Hamilton, Team USA. The Olympics are ruined for him. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
One fell swoop.
Understand the gravity of that situation. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Luke does not say thank you, Matt.
You can be let down next week. A minute to win it.
This is Jim, Matt, No Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
We have a couple of poll questions up. Our first one at ESPN Madison. We are asking you, when do you get upset if Jordan Love and the Packers still don't have an extension done? 13% of you say padded practices, which is Friday. 26.5% of you say family night, August 3rd. 42% of you say the preseason game. And 18% of you say they're already up.
All
Set.
Right. So we got some front runners there. That's nice. It was pretty even heat after the first 20 minutes of that poll.
Yes. Wisconsin Nation chimes in. Never. It'll get done.
Yeah.
And,
we agree.
Yeah, but at some point
it'll get done.
It'll get done, but at some point it could be a distraction / detrimental.
Yeah, that's why I think if you make it to family night and your star quarterback isn't at family night, that's seems like a big deal.
To be fair on this thing, I think I would set it at if he doesn't play enough, even if he's back before the preseason game starts, but doesn't play in it because he hasn't practiced at all leading up to it. If he gets to that week of practice and he hasn't done anything, that's the point of now it could have a little bit of effect on the season because you're going to Brazil for week 1. It's all abnormal. Your preseason is going to be a little disjointed on the back end because of that, I'm sure. Right. And then you're going to have your whole training camp disrupted. That's the part, and I don't know if it'll get there, but that's the part where you say, all right, that wasn't good. That could have negatively affect a game this year. It would not be more than one, but it could affect that first one. And that's not what you want out of a contract thing.
No.
Then we have UW Paco, and he chimes in. If he plays out his contract, he may become a free agent and go elsewhere. He can be franchised, but that is the leverage here. 844-770-3776.
What would he be paid if you franchised him? Because what is it like? You get the average of the top 25%.
It would start with a 5.
Of the contract?
It's average of the top 10 players at your position.
Okay, and we know the top 10, the average has got to be real close to 51.
Yeah, it'd be in the 5s for sure. You're definitely right on that. Here's the thing, the other part of it, Matt, though, to that point, all of it goes in that year.
Right. Yeah. All next year when you franchise him, you 51 guaranteed.
That's on the cap. But that's on the cap.
As of right now, a franchise tag for a quarterback would be $38.3 million.
Just 38?
Well, I think if you're looking at number 10 down there, whoever that is, the average annual
43.
salary. It's 43 for who?
Josh Allen is number 11 at 43.
For current AAV?
Yeah, we did this the other day, average annual value for a quarterback.
Why don't you pull up the list one more time? Let's look at it.
I wonder if you don't think it has anything to do with season by season where somebody's getting...
This would have also been set before Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence signed their contracts.
Oh,
this is set back in March.
But we're talking about franchising him for next year anyway. So that's kind of the idea. Is you let him play out the contract.
This is off of Front Office Sports, and this is off of average annual value, highest paid quarterbacks. This was last updated June 14th. Joe Burrow, 55. Trevor Lawrence, 55. Jared Goff, 53. Justin Herbert, 52.5. Lamar Jackson, 52. That's the top 5. 51 for Jalen Hurts at 61. 7 is Kyler Murray at 46, then 46 for Deshaun Watson, 45 for Mahomes and Cousins, and then number 11, $43 million, Josh Allen.
So 45 is the lowest number. So you had 5 over 50. It's probably right around like 49.50.
I am now at over the cap, and they explain that franchise and transition tenders are calculated by adding the respective tag numbers divided by the sum of the salary caps from the previous 5 seasons and finally multiplied by the current season's salary cap. Franchise tag figures are based upon the top 5 salaries at each respective position, while transition tag figures are based off the top 10. So I'm not sure why it would be that low in that case.
Yeah. I think it would be a big number.
Yeah.
If it was next season, given that the salary cap is expected to explode once again next year, it's currently at 255.4, I believe, this year. It's probably going to be like 270, if not more, for the 2025 season. Yeah, it'd probably be closer to that $50 million range. Closer, I'm not for sure.
It's not going to get to that, right?
Right. But like
at some
here's
point,
the thing,
Jordan's
this
going to
whole
say, I got to play.
problem was avoidable. It was avoidable. And
is there going to be a bad guy in this? Like, are we going to have a story where the Packers are playing hardball and it's 170, and then Jordan Love ends up signing at some point as far as guaranteed money, and he's just pissed?
Right.
Like, and you started off your relationship with your franchise quarterback haggling over $30 million guaranteed. And I know it's a lot of money, but when you're talking about the guy you believe in to be your quarterback, like, you just eat it and move on. Or is it Jordan Love saying, like, he wants 60 average annual value and he wants 250 and he's coming across as super? There is a number where there's a number where the Packers come across as cheap, and there's a number where Jordan Love comes across as asking for too much.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And I don't know where those numbers exactly are, but they definitely do exist. We have a fantasy football thing coming up August 1st at Dave & Buster's.
Fantasy football thing?
Yeah. Molly does this. I don't know what do we do?
There's a piece of paper right in front of your laptop, actually, right behind it, I should say.
I was looking for
off my side.
I was looking for that. I have this other Dave & Buster's one. So.
Yes, it's fantasy football draft.
All right, let me see here. It's back. That's right. After a long layoff, the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football League is back. And it starts with the draft on August 1st at Dave & Buster's in Wauwatosa. Want to be part of the fun? Your chance to be part of the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football League is right now. Caller number?
Well, I want to surprise you today, Jim. We're actually taking 3 callers today.
Great.
They can all be part of the Jim, Matt, and Molly Fantasy Football League and can be with us at Dave & Buster's in Wauwatosa on August 1st. That's Thursday, August 1st, from 6 to 8 p.m. is the night of the draft. If you call, callers 2, 4, and 6 are enrolled to be part of the Jim, Matt, and Molly Fantasy Football League.
You should join this. I don't know if you win anything because I hate I've decided last year I wasn't going to play ever again. Hate fantasy football. So I'm super excited to be a part of this. And so my team probably won't be good. So what callers are they?
4, 5, and 6.
All right, 844-770-3776. Full contest details can be found at ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Can't wait to see you out there. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like the Keg in DeForest, Cahoots, Pitcher's Pub, and Baldwin Street Grill.
With the incredibly spacious 3-row Chevy Traverse, you can change
"Let's just meet at the concert"
into
"Why don't I pick all you guys up on the way?"
The advanced safety engineered Chevy Blazer EV lets you turn "You think we should turn back?" into full steam ahead. And with the affordable Equinox EV,
keep an eye out for the next Charger, kids.
Becomes
"Get comfortable, kids. We'll be home in 4 hours."
For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishop's Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishop's Bay Country Club, Coors Light, Zimbrick Honda, Sunday Paper, Clear Vision Pro Wash, and Bruner Realty. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
People really liked them before, but now they love Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Do you refer to your wife as mother?
Mommy.
Yeah, that's it. What's up, Mama?
Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
I know what you're trying to say, baby. You're trying to say, oh yeah, it's business time.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh, it's business. It's business time.
Dan and Broadhead chimes in. Come on, Jim. Cheesehead should be very used to their quarterback causing drama / holding out the team hostage over contract.
Holding the team hostage.
This is Jim, Matt, No Molly, presented by Coors Light. I am Jim. He is Matt. Molly is whereabouts unknown. Primetime Wollersheim behind the glass. Daniel the Landscaper has a question. Well, let's throw it out to the group here. Question for you guys. How long will this ESPN draft take on August 1st? I live 90 minutes away and wondering if I need to get a hotel for the night.
I mean, you know how fantasy drafts go. They're like minimum
4
2 hours.
Ever.
Forever is a stretch.
I would
It's
say
2 hours.
I would say a fairly quick fantasy football draft takes 2 hours.
There's supposed to be 11 people in our league, 11 fans, so it should be 14 total people. It'd be 2 hours. Probably have 30 to 45 seconds per pick.
Yeah.
And Daniel also offered I could ride with him. I will be there for the show. So I will be there probably, honestly, if we're working, I'll probably work out of Milwaukee that day. So Daniel, I'll probably be there around.
I kind of like the idea of Jim doing the show from Daniel's car on the way to Wauwatosa. Like calling in the whole time.
I don't. How often do you think I'm going to? Oh, I have to call in? This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim, Matt, and Molly from the car.
No, I will be in Tosa. That's what the you guys call it Tosa. You call it Wauwatosa. Tosa. Wawa sounds weird. Wauwatosa.
They got
Wauwatosa. You gotta go put the Tosa.
Yeah.
You gotta say it like that.
Super fast curling ice in Tosa.
Tosa? I was in Tosa on Monday. I was there on Monday. That's not like a setup for a joke. I was there. It does sound like a setup for a joke, but it was not a setup for a joke. I was there. Had a nice chopped salad. It was good.
Sounds like fun.
It was. The place that I got it from, they don't work with us, so no love.
No love.
No love for them. No love for the Green Bay Packers. See what I did? Radio.
That's
professional.
Yes. He's good. This guy's good. He's
Matt
good
Hamilton, you have a lot of half-baked theories. And this, you had to give me a kind of a little bit more baked than usual theory on Jordan Love. So go ahead and share it with us.
Now, this whole theory is based off of my knowledge being correct.
All right, so this theory is wrong.
On how contracts work and things along of that nature. So my theory right now is that the Packers had made their bed and now they have to lie in it. And what I mean by that is last year, going into the season, if they gave Jordan Love the 5th-year extension instead of signing him to a different prove-it contract, they could have signed him at any point last season. Where with this new contract and what this contract was about, he had to play out last season and no contract negotiations, well, at least no signing of contracts could happen until May 3rd, I believe. The whole argument, I guess, is what I'm saying, or we're getting at, is if you show Jordan Love you believe in him by giving him the 5th-year extension as opposed to a prove-it deal, he's probably more willing to come to that negotiating table, especially mid-season, end of the season last year when he's rolling, and you could have got a contract signed at any point. So, in turn, but the fact that you gave him a prove-it deal, he proved it. He said, this is what I'm capable of. And now the Packers are kind of twiddling their thumbs, wondering what's the next move. They could have got him for probably the money they're offering or hoping to get him for if they would have just given him the 5th-year option and signed him last December. Or January, right when it was all done. They could have signed it. The problem is they had a prove-it deal, and when Jordan absolutely proved himself, now the Packers are kind of stuck. They have to pay top dollar. I think Jordan did everything that the Packers wanted him to do, and the Packers seem like they're dragging their heels on this. Unless Jordan's asking for something astronomically high, like way over the current top quarterback money, I think you got to pay the guy. If he's looking for 57 with 190 guaranteed, I think you got to be like, okay, that's a good deal. But I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I just think the Packers kind of made their bed with this one.
Prime?
Are you asking me my thoughts on Matt Hamilton's theory or what I think happened?
On Matt Hamilton's
Both.
theory.
Start with Matt's.
Start with my theory.
Well, Matt,
how cooked is it first?
How cooked?
Yeah,
like
I think
rare,
how much of it's
rare,
wrong.
medium.
That's my big
I
question.
think Matt Hamilton fully cooked the idea. I think he might have burnt it. I don't think it turned out very well.
Whoa!
Because, yes, while they couldn't actually sign a contract with Jordan Love until May 3rd, they could have been negotiating at any point, and they could have ironed it out well ahead of time. And I don't think the idea of, they would have signed it right at the end of the season had he been playing on a 5th-year option. Like, you have to take so long to negotiate one of these contracts. Like, honestly, part of the reason why it might be taking so long now is because even if they finally get everything agreed to, the amount of lawyers having to relook over things or the team wanting to change little bits and pieces here or there, these are massive contracts. They're going to take a while to negotiate. And I don't think the idea of them being able to sign him as soon as the season ended, I don't think that was ever realistic.
So here's my question for you, a little pushback on that, is when you have to wait until May 3rd or whatever it was, Jordan's camp is going to tell him, hey, there's a lot of other quarterbacks in this situation that also have to wait until May 3rd to sign. You should wait to sign any deals because there is going to be, because inevitably there always is, the market is changed for the quarterback position.
But does that make a difference if he was playing on the 5th-year option, able to negotiate as soon as the season ended?
If they're starting to offer contract stuff in December,
they're not offering him anything in December. He had just started playing good in December. They weren't ready to offer him anything.
Okay, end of the season. That's still 3 months prior to May.
But at that point, don't you think
the
his whole
idea
camp
of
is saying
guaranteed money, and currently, the top quarterback is Joe Burrow, you could argue hey, you're no Joe Burrow yet. But now that Trevor Lawrence signed and you've got similar numbers to him and you got Goff in your division signing big numbers, now you have more leverage. Back at the end of the season, if they would have started the conversation, there might not have been that leverage hey, we should hold off.
I think there's leverage either way, and I think David Mulligetta, his agent, would have played it smarter than Matt Hamilton would have.
Hey, you're probably right. I just
no
didn't know
offense to
Spicy
Matt Hamilton.
Ryan was going to be here
Matt,
all day.
It's no offense to you, but I'm just saying, I think the agents and the way those contracts work, they're not just getting done right at the end of the season. That's not realistic.
I mean,
you had a
part
little
of
bit
me
of
is
Stewie to your tone of voice, the way you sounded like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
We don't have that
Matt,
hockey anymore.
You're an idiot.
You're not an idiot. I think it makes sense in theory. In theory, I think your idea makes sense, but it's just in practice and like how the contract negotiations work in the NFL. Like these things take so long, and agents know how to slow roll things.
I guess the other part I'm looking at it too is when you do the 5th-year option as opposed to like which everyone is dubbing a prove it deal. Is there any incentive for the player to maybe get that contract done sooner because they showed they believed in you?
So
with that
like,
5th-year option?
So you're saying if they'd given him the 5th-year option rather than
if
signing
they gave
the
him the
extension.
5th-year option and then approached him in December or like, okay, you're right. Let's say February. They approached him in February and were saying, hey, let's get this deal done. Is he more inclined to like want to work with them?
No, because I think by signing him to the extension, it gave him more security in that he would have more guaranteed money by doing it the way they did. And because they basically buying into him going into year 4, but saying, we're not sure about your year 5 because we have no proven, there's no record of
No,
it.
and I agree. I'm saying like it would have been a huge risk last year for the Packers to do it. I'm just saying like, so what you're getting at is you think this situation was going to happen no matter what.
No, I think if he had started a year sooner, like if they had, gotten rid of Aaron Rodgers a year sooner.
Right, obviously. But like given the way Rodgers left and start of last year when he got his contract, you don't think it plays out any differently if they just gave him the 5th-year option as opposed to the prove it deal?
Unlikely.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, that's kind of what I'm asking because I'm thinking it would have played out differently, and that's why I brought up this half-baked theory, as you guys are calling it.
It was fully baked. It was fully baked in Matt Harris's mind.
It's done, baby.
You cooked it. It's
Stick a fork in it.
It's trash.
I don't know.
No.
It tastes like crap is what he's saying about your
Jim.
theory.
That is a juicy take. That's like the brisket at North and South juicy take.
Come on.
No, see, that's the thing. You tried to make that, but you came up with...
Somebody will chime in and be like, I agree with Matt. And even if you don't, just do it because I would appreciate it.
I would say it was a microwave take. It was.
Oh, man.
It was reheated.
Oh, okay, you're right. It was a little reheated.
Yeah.
It was a little reheated.
Yeah. Jim,
Fair.
what did you think of it?
I mean, I stopped listening to you guys who was bickering back and forth here. It
wasn't bickering. It was a real conversation.
Yeah.
You're right. In hindsight, like, yeah, they should have just picked up the 5th-year option, right? Then you're battling for, you have the either franchise tag or you're paying him. And I mean, yes, in hindsight, 2020, would this have made a difference as far as when he gets paid? Ryan, you are right that they were not going to be negotiating. Really, the only time the Packers would have been thinking about coming to the table would have been December, and that's when his agent's like, whoa, this guy's playing great now.
He's just starting to heat up.
I don't want to, because there's also this domino game. This is why Dak Prescott hasn't signed yet. Is because Dak wants to make sure, and I bet you Tua is part of this as well.
Right.
So that honestly, that could be part of the hang up here if you want to be optimistic. Is there right now we're just in this weird holding pattern because nobody wants to be the next one. Because the second, like Jordan Love will be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL for like 24 hours. Because Dak Prescott will get that, I think, immediately afterwards.
I think Dak could happen next offseason is the thing, though. Because the Cowboys, it seems like they're not really willing to move and pay him anything. And CeeDee Lamb's holding out right now. And Micah Parsons is like on the edge of maybe holding out too.
And if I'm being honest, I don't think Miami is head over heels for Tua.
Yeah, they're very...
Which I don't necessarily agree with, but I don't think they're going to pay him top quarterback money.
Jordan Love's the only guy who's really clearly going to get paid at this point this offseason. Dak Prescott could happen, but it seems like the Cowboys...
The Dolphins are the case for
it
not paying a quarterback. Didn't they make the playoffs or went up to the Skylar Thompson gave them one?
Yeah, but Tua played for most of the season.
He did, but...
Come on.
Again, I kind of maintain in this offense, some of these quarterbacks are a
But
little
I thought the
interchangeable.
Packers offense was so mediocre, and all these guys are young players who are unproven.
It's the system.
Oh.
Yes. This offensive system, the Packers aren't there yet. They're not the Dolphins. But the point is, if you build up everything else around the quarterback, Jared Goff, less valuable. And he's getting paid. Like Jared Goff,
I think the better example is Brock Purdy and...
True. Like, that's the extreme. Like, Jared Goff is honestly, like, the perfect end game.
But
do you
feel like Jared Goff is for sure better than Brock Purdy?
I would say that the way, like, Brock Purdy, what do you think he's getting paid next year? If he repeats what he does, and you talk about a guy who's gotten hosed, I mean, he won't even make $1 million this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like less than some of the second round picks the Packers got this year.
Oh, absolutely. He won't get paid $1 million this year. It's still not $1 million.
Yeah.
And he can't renegotiate it.
If he were to hold out today, like if he
can't do anything
really,
though.
He can't?
No, because he has not reached the negotiation window.
Oh, wow.
Was it 3 years?
Gosh, the NFL is so rigged.
Yeah, he has not reached the negotiation window.
I mean, that's what you want on your team, right? According to Jim's theory of the quarterback, Brock Purdy this year is
the most valuable quarterback
in the game.
He was last year, too.
Brock Purdy is like the Milwaukee Brewers' dream as a player. Be like, all team control, can't even negotiate a contract, basically an indentured servant.
Yeah, and the second you are ready to negotiate, we're going to send you to arbitration, then trade you to someone else.
At the
Trade
end
him to
for
the
some
Dolphins.
prospects.
Trade him to the Dolphins.
At the end of the 2024 season is when he gets paid. Now, optically, it would look horrible, but if I'm the 49ers, I'm at least kicking around the idea of like, look, Brock
Get
Purdy.
rid of him and get a new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the new Brock Purdy.
And talk about contracts. I mean, they have Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk are currently holding out.
But and I don't know what the jump is for Purdy, but let's say, let's use Jared Goff as the example because he's one that's it's closer to Jordan Love in the idea that they're more established. They started at a higher point. This is the real dollar. If you were able, we all agree on this, Jordan Love would be a steal at $53 million a year at this point.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying off a play. I'm a market value. Jared Goff is, I would say, a fair market value quarterback. Right now, they are paying him exactly what I think he's worth, and that they are in the Lions have a perfect scenario.
Exactly what he's worth in the Lions system.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly, but that's where he plays football.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I just there's quarterbacks, and you mentioned it. There's systems that are better than others.
Like Aaron Rodgers. The Packers, I think part of what they looked at with Jordan Love is that if Jordan Love is 80% the quarterback Aaron Rodgers is, but this offense can cover up the other 20%, then Jordan Love is what we want. Now, I think the one thing they weren't accounting for was that we might have to pay Jordan Love like Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And that hurts your team building.
It does.
This is Jim, Matt, no Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Spit the bit?
I don't know.
That's a horse term.
Oh, okay.
What did you think it meant?
Talk to a pelican. I don't know.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. I'm with James Imaging Systems customer Jennifer Wilger, purchasing manager with Baker Manufacturing.
We definitely consider them a partner.
Because?
I think the biggest thing is their service is just really top-notch. Their staff is very kind, very helpful. They go above and beyond.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology partner. And that has its benefits, right, Jennifer?
Yes, it does. We don't have to be concerned that we're going to be shut down for any long period of time. We can just operate business as usual.
Jennifer, would you recommend document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems?
I would definitely refer them to James Imaging. They're an absolutely wonderful partner for us.
Have less than a wonderful partnership with your current document imaging company? Then switch to business technology from James Imaging Systems. It's easy to do. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. tastes like Miller time.
Collect a Bob Uecker Harry Doyle bobblehead at the Brewers game on August 17th, courtesy of Chevrolet. Inspired by Uecker's legendary role in the film Major League, the first 30,000 fans through the gates will get this special bobble. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball and Miller Lite.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
I need your love. You got me burning up. I think I'll call you Mrs. Valentine. So eat me alive. You give me early baby fire. You got me running with desire. So keep it burning, baby.
Jim, Matt, no Molly. Apparently now we're going to have Erica Green Bay as our third co-host. We'll get to Erica in 1 second here. I want to ask this question. 844-770-3776. Matt Hamilton told me something that I have never heard in my entire life. You are a unique person, Matt Hamilton, and I have never, ever, ever come across a human being that I know. So I didn't. Maybe people do this, and I've just never asked the question. So Ryan, I'm going to ask you this question first. How do you eat a kiwi?
With a knife and a fork, I would say.
Do you eat the skin?
Kiwi's fuzzy.
Yeah.
I think first time I'm saying no. Maybe after I've eaten kiwis a few times and I've gotten comfortable.
Right. It's like some exotic fruit.
Like, why? This is all weird now. Like, you have to work your way up.
I would want to see what the fuzz tastes like the first time.
Okay.
Come on, that's rational.
Spicy.
Spicy.
They have the birds and the bees talk
Yeah.
with. The kiwis and the bananas talk with.
Look,
prime time over here.
I like shaved kiwis.
Oh, my goodness.
Same. I think that's the normal way.
Wait,
you
is that a
shave
thing?
the kiwi, and then you cut it up and eat it.
so like
You peel it.
Can we not say shave the kiwi, please?
That's fair.
But the way don't you do that with like what you do with a potato?
You don't want to shave the
Yeah,
Australian?
kind of like that. You could do. I think that's what Jim's saying he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see like an apple.
Why does shave the Australian sound so dirty? Because you said shave the kiwi.
That sounds. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Nah, I get it. Okay.
Which sounds dirtier?
Australian.
Shave the Australian?
Yeah.
Because
you're down under?
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Put us back on track. What do you got for us?
All right. Just some of the contract talks you guys were having just kind of made me think early on, just kind of all the trickle-down effect of Rodgers' performance in 2020. Like, at winning back-to-back MVPs, and he was talking about how, he threw a wrench in their plans with the Packers kind of thinking he was a little bit more washed up and ready to be done. And buying Rodgers that extra time, giving him that additional contract, and then delaying the start for Jordan Love. Really, since Rodgers kind of went lights out in 2020 and 21, the Packers have kind of been on the defensive a little bit as far as contracts and been in this weird limbo because they didn't give Jordan Love time when he was on a rookie contract and how valuable that is. I think this gets done, but I just think that they kind of year in and year out kind of find themselves in this tricky situation. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with, again, how 4 years ago, how well Rodgers played.
Yeah, Eric, thanks for the call.
I mean, I don't disagree, and especially it's a privilege to have this problem when you've got generational talent quarterback. Now, we don't know if Jordan Love is that guy yet. If he played the last 10 games of the season last year and he does this the rest of his career, he's absolutely as talented as Brett Favre and Rodgers in this legacy of Packer quarterbacks. But this is a great problem to have if you have a quarterback that you're willing to pay anywhere close to top quarterback money. So, this is the Packers making it seem like it's a big deal, and it's a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but you know how many teams would beat down the door to be in your shoes to have that exact situation? At least half the league is looking to have would love to pay their quarterback top tier
these
money.
are first world bougie problems the Packers have. But it is weird that they have been in this situation for essentially
still don't know how to handle it?
30 years now, and they still screw it up. It's honestly one of those things where it's like you don't realize how good you have it, and you're like, we're going to screw it up again.
This is like the third wife
Yeah.
for the pack for Mark
But
Murphy
they're
and the
doing
Packers.
it again. They're screwing it up again. Like they can't learn from past mistakes.
This is like this. Well, actually, it's the mistress because it's Jordan Love, who you brought in during Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
And now you're dating her long term, and she's like, "So."
But you've made
we
this
get married?
transition from
Yeah, put
marriage to
that-
mistress to
Yeah.
now you're doing it again.
Yeah.
Now
because you
she's
went from
looking
far,
for the biggest rock in the
and then you're
at Chalmers.
surprised by it, and you were just left the mistress who went crazy last time in this situation. Like you had Favre, then you had the mistress, and it was Favre a mistress because you had Magic Man.
No,
He got
not
hurt.
really.
He got hurt. So like they just weren't loyal. Like for sickness and health, no, not the Green Bay Packers. Don Mikowski gets hurt. They go, ooh, look at this Brett Favre guy. Look at this arm. And
Look
the
at
southern
both his
drawl.
legs working.
Yeah, look at this guy. So they bring in Brett Favre. Then they go, ooh, who's this California kid? California cool Aaron
Wow,
Rodgers.
maybe a number 1 pick dropped all the way to 26.
Yeah, this is value. This is a value date.
Yeah,
and then,
we're losing money not taking this gal out.
And then you transition to Aaron, and Aaron is wonderful. Starts to lose his mind. You start to find
starts to slip a little bit.
Yeah,
then
I think we found Jordan Love. He's got the physical tools you're looking for, and then
all of a sudden the wife you have is like, boom. Back on the workout regimen. Aaron Rodgers, two MVPs
But then you're
in a row.
surprised because Aaron wanted the ring, Brett wanted the ring, and now you're surprised that Jordan wants. Like, what's the surprise?
Well, Brett and Aaron both got the rings.
Yeah, but like, why?
Right.
And Jordan and I guess when do they get the pay? They want their bank account. They want their what would you call it? The bank account. They want to be the Real Housewives. Like they want the
no prenup.
Yeah, they want the no prenup. There you go. And now the Packers are like, whoa, this relationship needs a prenup. And Jordan's saying, well, your other two mistresses didn't need a prenup. Why do I need a prenup?
Yeah, I guess not. Maybe because they've learned from the other two mistresses. Though I don't think Brett Favre was a mistress. Come on.
You had Magic Man.
That's different.
He was like a Pro Bowl.
But that's like you were dating Magic Man. Like he wasn't quite the.
That was like your high school sweetheart.
Maybe, and then you realized, maybe it wasn't quite right for us, and maybe this isn't the best situation.
I'm curious. Like Magic Man, I don't know if he was good or not.
He was pretty good.
He made a Pro Bowl.
He had like a good season. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think it was the one right before he got hurt.
Yes. Yeah. He went 10-6. Threw for 4,300 yards, 27 touchdowns. But this is just the era.
That's almost Jordan Love.
How many interceptions?
Second in MVP. Second MVP. This is context because the era, his trashes are. If you put these stats in today's era, his stats are trash. 58% completion percentage, 27 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. The man is not a quarterback in this
20
league.
20 interceptions?
Yes, but in 1989, that was good for second MVP.
You can throw 20 picks and be second in
and
MVP?
complete 58% of
Come
your
on,
passes.
you're not surprised by that.
4,000
Brett
yards
Favre,
back to that day.
Brett Favre was the king.
Imagine if Jameis Winston played in that era. He'd be a Hall of Famer.
Him and Jay Cutler. Like, they would eat.
Brett Favre was the interception king of the league for a while.
Not 20 in a season, though, right?
Oh, no. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but not when he was second in MVP. His
He's
MVP
a gunslinger,
years,
baby.
His MVP years, he was not throwing that many picks.
Well,
Jim,
now
pull up
I'm
some
bringing this
Brett
up.
stats, 'cause I'm pretty convinced that guy threw like
he threw a lot more than you
18
think.
picks in a season and won an MVP.
I'm trying
crazy.
to, like, his stats are a little bit more, of course.
But then again, back then, defensive ends could literally like rip his helmet off and like he beat him over
All right,
that.
you guys got to
Garrett
help me
with
out
it.
here because the screen's not big enough to hold out. What years did he win the MVP?
I believe it was 94, 95, 96.
All right, so 94, he threw. Are you sure? I think it's 95, 96. There's a little cross next to there. So
97 was the year that the Packers were like
Correct.
red hot and
Correct.
then lost
Okay,
in
so
the
95, he won the MVP, 63% completion percentage, 4,413 yards, 38 touchdowns, 13 picks.
Okay.
That's a pretty awesome.
That's
that
a
was
good year.
That was a toned down Favre, and honestly, he's 39-13 the next year, and then 35-16.
Those are all
35
pretty
and 6.
good.
And then 98, 31-23. 1999, 22 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. Then 20-16 in 2000. 2001, 32-15. I mean, another 32-21. 30-17. 2005, 20 touchdowns, 29 interceptions.
These are like game scores. These are not touchdown to interception ratios.
Yeah.
His last season with the Green Bay Packers was where he was great. 28 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
That's Not awesome, but it's okay. For final season.
That's modern era football.
What's hard to believe is that a MVP, not just an MVP, a 3-time back-to-back-to-back MVP is good. 2 seasons later, throws 29 picks and 21 touchdowns. That's crazy, right?
That was
like Green Bay to me.
I mean, that was a ride. I mean, look, to your
Brett
point.
Favre was such a trip to watch. Guys.
He went 10-6 in 2004. 4,000 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 64% completion percentage. The following season, the team goes 4-12. He throws 607 passes, completes 61% of them, 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 29 interceptions.
That is...
Follows it up, 8-8. This is amazing. 56% completion percentage, threw 613 passes, 3,800 yards again. 18 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Team went 8-8. 613 passes. That's a lot of passes in 16 games.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, 16. I was trying to think about it. I was like, where's that stack up against the modern NFL? I'm like, feels close.
Well, because, before that, you go 500, 595, 580, 510, 551, 471, 540, and then you had back-to-back years of 600.
Right. Man, we're just throwing stones at Brett Favre, and we should be throwing stones ourselves.
We should be throwing stones next. I will tell you what, I will be camping this weekend, so I'm not in on Friday, and I'll be taking my new big blue truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. I'll be taking that Turbo Max truck, and I'll be driving my camper, towing it around. It's a perfect truck for me. The other one had probably a little more engine than I needed, so now I get better gas mileage. I got better technology, and then I still can pull my camper with ease. Go to Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb, find the right better buying experience for you, ask them what the better buying experience is, and see if they can get you in a new or new-to-you Chevy Silverado, Colorado, or even that Chevy Blazer or Chevy Traverse. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, or no Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Ryan is absolutely right. I am savage.
We're learning a lot about each other. This is good to know. This is good stuff to know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss for Road America. The best place in Elkhart Lake is America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Up next is the IMSA Sports Car Weekend, August 1st through the 4th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
There really weren't expectations last year for the Green Bay Packers. The expectations were, let's hope Jordan Love's got something.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
The expectations are back. This is not a team that can go 7-10, miss the playoffs, and just be fine.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
You could be trusted. Did you have to ruin what was shining? Now it's all rusted. There I'm weak, baby, I couldn't breathe. And you're so deep, salt in the wound, like you're laughing right at me. Oh, it's so sad to think about
Jim, Matt, no Molly, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush. Coors Light.
That's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. I did want to get, before we get to, I know we got to get out of the show here, but I want to share this. So, how to eat a kiwi. We talked about it last segment there.
Just bite it. That's the answer.
There are several ways to eat a kiwi, including peeling and slicing, having and scooping, or eating it out of hand. You, I would say, you are out of hand.
Yep.
You, prime time, I guess, are peel and slice or shave and slice.
Shave.
Shave and slice.
Always slicing. Dicing.
Yeah, you are.
We're
That is very, very true. All right, let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out.
I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, we know things can get a little contentious here on Jim, Matt, and especially when Molly's around, things get a little spicy. But when we're all talking, we can't all get our takes out, so we want to give each other some time to chill out and get out our best take of the day. So today we're running a little bit short on time, so we have Jim, Matt, you each have 30 seconds to get out your best take of the day. I'll decide whose was better, and they will be the chill. They'll win the chill crown for today. Matt Hamilton, you're already wearing the chill crown as the defending champ. Why don't you go first? 30 seconds on the clock, starting now.
You know, instead of a chill take, I'm going to give you guys something that's been grinding my gears. And what that is the flex lane on the Beltline. Like, I understand it. They turn the flex lane on for, like, rush hour, right? You got the morning and the afternoon drive. That's when the flex lane's open. What about when there's, like, an accident or a backup midday? It happens, I feel like, every day, and it's like there's a lane right here that should be used, but they don't turn it on. Maybe monitor the highway instead of just turning them on and off on a clock.
I think I'm unique on the. I don't do it often, but I tried to sell a washing machine on there, and I got some shoes on the Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, you're just going into your take.
And I am very annoyed with the people who are always trying to negotiate, and like they throw like ridiculous numbers at you, even though in the post I very much say like, "Hey, I don't need to sell this." It's great actually to be in a position of power. Like I'll just wait it out. Like, but people get offended by it, and that's what bothers me. It's like, well. Oh, why won't you take $200 for something you're asking $300 for? I'm like, because I don't need the money. I want what I want for it. Otherwise, I'll just keep it in my closet. Like or keep it in the garage, whatever. But people you know how many people message me like, oh, yeah, so you're trying to sell your washer for $100. If you can't sell it, I'll take it for free. Yeah, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it to Goodwill instead of give it to you if I can't sell it. But I sold it. So
I'd rather let it rust in my front yard than give it to you for free.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's an obvious who won today. We don't need to go to Facebook Marketplace to know Jim Rutledge. You're a winner in today's Throwing Stones.
I'm very happy I get to put on these sweaty Matt Hamilton glasses.
Oh, Matt.
They're not sweaty. I mean...
Really?
Here's the thing. They would be sweaty if I was having
bringing.
to wear those on the belt line and dealing with the flex lane. They would have been sweaty.
Oh, yeah. Great take about the flex lane there, Matt
No,
Hamilton.
it is so obnoxious.
Yes.
Like, when it's backed up and the flex lane's closed, what's the point?
Should I get myself a pair of these?
Pit Vipers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they don't look too big for your face.
Matt could get you some, probably for free, on Facebook Marketplace. I sold a queen mattress bed frame on there once for $50, actually to help deliver it to the person's house. And then they found some chips on the back of the frame by the headboard, and they said they wanted their $50 back.
And what'd you say?
I said, thank you, good doing business.
Attaboy.
That is insane. I've never asked anything. I honestly, so like the washer was honestly, I put it on there. I was like, I don't want it to just go to a landfill. So I wanted to make sure like someone wanted it enough where it wasn't just going to get tossed
But here's
into
the thing:
trash.
if you're not going to give me at least $10 for it, I'd rather it go to the landfill than give it to you for free.
Well, that is true. I was going to give it to Goodwill otherwise, because otherwise, if they take it away, I God knows what they do with it. So I wanted to go to someone that would use it. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow with Molly Brown. This has been Jim, Matt, no Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.